Taylor Swift donates $100,000 to Kansas City shooting victims' family. After Kansas City welcomed Taylor Swift during the football season, it's her turn to support Kansas City. The star donated $100,000 to the family of Lisa Lopez Galvan, who was killed in a shooting after the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl 58 victory parade. "Sending my deepest sympathies and condolences in the wake of your devastating loss. With love, Taylor Swift," Swift wrote on a GoFundMe for Lopez Galvan, where she left two $50,000 donations. Lopez Galvan, a DJ at local radio station KKFI, died in the February 14 shooting, which also injured over 20 people. Swift's boyfriend, Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, also spoke out after the shooting dimmed his team's celebrations.
"I am heartbroken over the tragedy that took place today," he wrote on Twitter afterward. "My heart is with all who came out to celebrate with us and have been affected. KC, you mean the world to me." Through his 87 and running charity, Kelce later donated $100,000 to a separate GoFundMe for the family of Lopez Galvan's cousin Erica Reyes, whose 8-year-old daughter and 10-year-old daughter were injured in the shooting.
Taylor Swift, starstruck by record-breaking Melbourne crowd, announces new song. Taylor Swift was left speechless by the largest crowd she's fronted on her record-breaking tour when she took to the stage in Melbourne, Australia, on Friday evening. Almost 100,000 fans were in the crowd at the city's famous cricket ground, the MCG, for her biggest concert so far, and they did not go unnoticed by Swift. She told them, "If I seem a little bit like I'm losing my mind over the fact that there are 96,000 people here tonight, it's because it's true. This is the biggest show that we've ever done. I'm fully starstruck by the fact so many people wanted to hang out with us on a Friday night in Melbourne." Fun fact: the cricket club's CEO Stuart Fox said in an interview last week replacing the turf after Swift's 3 concerts will cost $1.50 US million, $980,000 United States dollars. One concert-goer described being at the event to Deadline. "Electric crowd. Taylor can barely be heard over the sequined, tilled, friendship bracelet swapping crowd screaming out the lyrics from every era. 96,000 here, and every single person among them is behaving as if it's the best night of their lives. No one north of Tasmania is likely to be able to get to sleep until stumps at 11 p.m., 3.5 hours after kickoff. Fairly certain this could be heard in Darwin." Swift took the occasion to announce a brand new song, The Bolter, from her forthcoming album The Tortured Poets Society, due for release on April 19. She told the crowd, "I'm very excited for April 19. I can't wait for you to hear all the songs. Tortured Poets is an album I think, more than any album I've made, is one I needed. It was a lifeline for me. It reminded me why songwriting is something that gets me through life." Swift and her support act Sabrina Carpenter are playing 3 shows over 3 nights at the MCG before traveling to Sydney to perform next weekend. Even by Swift's record-breaking standards, it has been quite the fortnight. She took home a Grammy Award for Best Album of the Year, her 4th such gong, and last weekend saw her pitch side for her boyfriend Travis Kelce's victory in the Super Bowl with his team the Kansas City Chiefs. How a starstruck Aussie Taylor Swift fan scored the star's autographed bowler hat. One lucky Taylor Swift fan was left completely starstruck when she scored the global megastar's hat during the first show of her Australian Eras tour. The singer, 34, kicked off her first tour down under in 6 years in epic style on Friday night as 96,000 fans flocked to the Melbourne cricket ground for the show. And 9-year-old Milana Bruno was left tearful and overwhelmed with emotion when she was chosen to go to the stage and meet Taylor in an adorable moment. The sweet encounter saw Taylor take off her iconic black bowler, 22, hat, in keeping with her Eras tour tradition, and place it on the young girl's head, much to her delight. A photograph showed the young Swiftie beaming with joy as she held hands with Taylor while being given the first autographed, 22, hat of the Australian tour. Milana also exchanged a friendship bracelet with Taylor, and her mother Renata Bruno has since spoken about her complete disbelief over the surprise meeting. Renata told the Herald Sun how Milana and her other daughter Claudia, 10, have been longtime Swifties and she had desperately tried to bag tickets for her kids. She explained how she had tried to get the sought-after tickets all of last year, and even got scammed once in the process, before finally getting some in the last-minute re-release on Tuesday. Renata said their seats were so far back that her 2 daughters were dancing on the seats because they could hardly see the stage, but were enjoying the show all the same. But she explained how she thought they were in trouble when two venue staff members suddenly approached them during the show and told them to go with them. When she asked why, she recalled how the staff member grinned and told her to trust them before they were led through the tens of thousands of adoring fans. Renata admitted she was completely overwhelmed when her starstruck daughter Milana got to meet Taylor, telling how she was shaking during the shock moment. She told the Herald Sun, "We had to step back when Taylor approached her and she gave Taylor a little friendship bracelet that she had made in exchange for Taylor's hat. Milana was just crying, she was just so starstruck, just could not believe it." Renata recalled how Taylor thanked Milana for coming to the show in the adorable moment, with the youngster breaking down in tears. The proud mother insisted that Milana will not be selling the autographed hat but is planning on keeping it forever and treasuring the precious memory. Renata said she had previously been hit by a scam in a desperate bid to secure tickets for the tour, and she isn't the only fan to have been targeted by fraudsters. ScamWatch, a website run by the ACCC to detect scams, said 273 concertgoers had so far been duped into purchasing fake tickets to Swift's Eras Tour in February. The competition watchdog has estimated that Aussies have lost more than $135,000 to the scam so far, with that figure expected to grow. Some fans have claimed that their tickets have suddenly disappeared, or their accounts have been hacked, while others have fallen victim to online scammers posing as people who are selling tickets. Fake tickets are being resold, with scammers who claim to be selling tickets to the concert contacting fans on social media. Taylor's debut show at the MCG on Friday marked the cruel summer hitmaker's biggest show ever, as almost 100,000 fans descended on the MCG. Despite already having performed at huge sporting stadiums across the US, the opening night of her Australian tour broke records, as she has never performed to a crowd larger than 74,000. Reacting to performing at her biggest show to date, Taylor told the 96,000-strong crowd, "This is the biggest show we've done on this tour or any tour I have ever done. That's the version you get of me tonight, the version that is completely star-struck by the fact that so many of you wanted to hang out with us on Saturday night in Melbourne." As well as the massive crowds inside the venue, huge numbers also stood outside the grounds, despite not having secured tickets, in a bid to hear the epic setlist. Tens of thousands of Swifties once again descended on the MCG for the second Australian show on Saturday, with Taylor putting on another incredible performance for emotional fans. Taylor will return to the MCG for her final Melbourne show on Sunday night before heading to Accor Stadium in Sydney from February 23 to 26 for second stint of shows. More than 600,000 tickets have been sold for her Australian performances, and some fans even went to the desperate measure of chartering their own flights to get to her shows, according to travel agency Flight Centre. Taylor Swift on world tour but no concerts in India, here's why. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, currently her most expansive yet, boasts 151 shows across 5 continents, making it the highest-grossing tour of all time. New Delhi. Taylor Swift is regarded as one of the world's most popular singer-songwriters and has a massive fan base in India. Yet when she announced the dates for her global Eras Tour, there were 6 concerts planned in Singapore and none in India. The reason? A deal between the Singapore government and the concert promoter. The revelation was recently made by Thailand Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin, who revealed that the concert promoter Anschutz Entertainment Group, AEG, told him that Taylor Swift could not perform anywhere in Southeast Asia during the tour. According to Mr. Thavisin, AEG informed him that the Singapore government had secured an exclusive deal with Taylor Swift, offering a substantial sum of $2 million to $3 million per show in exchange for the sole right to host the tour in Southeast Asia. Swift's Eras Tour, currently her most expansive yet, boasts 151 shows across 5 continents, making it the highest-grossing tour of all time, surpassing an impressive $1 billion in revenue. With 6 sold-out shows scheduled at Singapore's National Stadium in March, it seems the island state has strategically positioned itself as the sole Southeast Asian stop for the global pop sensation. Prime Minister Thavisin expressed disappointment on behalf of Thai fans, highlighting that hosting the concert in Thailand would have been more cost-effective and could have attracted additional sponsors and tourists to the country. The Singapore government is astute, Prime Minister Thavisin remarked, acknowledging the strategic move made by Singapore to secure the high-profile tour. He mentioned that AEG helped him understand why Taylor Swift had not previously performed in Thailand, stating that if he had known earlier, efforts would have been made to bring the Eras Tour to the country. Indian fans will have to wait a while longer to witness the global pop sensation in action and are currently left with no option but to consider making the journey to Singapore to witness Taylor Swift's iconic performances.